Dorothy Gibson, old Miss Townsend. We both groan at her name. Mr. and Mrs. Strauss. A soft smile spreads on my lips at the mention of Isidore and Ida, though I'd never dare let anyone hear me call them anything other than Mr. and Mrs. Strauss. I'd been seeing to them for years, by far my favourite of all our passengers. I like to play a game with myself, making presumptions about what a prominent person will actually be like. Once upon a time, I had guessed the older couple would be warm, gracious and respectful, despite Isidore being a co-owner of Macy's and Ida being a prominent member of New York's high society. I won. I'll soon see if Dorothy Gibson's captivating smile is real or reserved only for motion pictures. Or if Madeline Astor is indeed as radiant as I have pictured in my imagination. She is, after all, a young woman who is said to be brilliant at drawing-room conversation, who's an accomplished horsewoman, who's been educated at Miss Eli's school. Not only that, but a woman who's rejected the fervent opposition of her marriage to John Jacob Astor IV, and wed him all the same. Him 47, her 18. I like a woman who goes after what she wants. I wish I could be more like that. Alas, circumstances don't always allow for what a person wants, only what is necessary, which is why I'm on this very ship. I'm off then, Anne says. Little good you've done me. Adios, I say and smile at my friend. Then I continue on, turning down another long corridor, my destination the sea-deck cabins, one of which will be the Astor Suite. Along the way I pop my head into staterooms until I find a coveted vase just sitting there for the taking. I take it. At C6264 I knock, announcing myself, though I'm certain Mr. and Mrs. Astor are still waving their goodbyes and not yet in their cabin. Flowers successfully in place, and after a final sweep of their room to ensure all is in order, I nod curtly to myself. Their suite is impressive, known as the French cabin because it is Louis XV inspired. Varnished oak panelling, cabriolet furniture, every dressing table, armchair, sofa, wardrobe and washstand, along with the light fixtures and upholstery, has been recreated with an obsessive care for accuracy. Miss Violet, I hear. Stanley. Good old Stanley. With a steward uniform that is perfectly pressed, without a crease in sight, but who himself is as wrinkled as a prune. Aged to perfection, he once quipped. I adore him, despite my initial resistance at getting to know him, getting to know anybody. I'm aboard for a job, a purpose, an income. But over the past 2 years, Stanley and I have worked together on the Olympic and Majestic, and he's worked his way into my heart. It's hard to believe I've been a cabin stewardess for 4 years. It's even harder to believe both Stanley and I are on this ship right now after what we experienced on the Olympic last year. As if plucking that unsettling day from my brain, Stanley says, "We almost had another Olympic imbroglio." I twist my body, a prick to my nerves, to look through the window and beyond the Astor's small private deck, only 40 feet above the water. The sky is blue. The sea is a lazy calm. No other ship is in sight. What happened? I ask him. Didn't you feel it? He must mean the ship's heel when Titanic rocked. I nod and he says, "We had a near collision with the SS New York just past the peninsula. Eerily similar, I say, to what happened with the Hawk last year." Nothing more needs to be said. We were both there. We both remember when the Olympic collided with the warship, both thrown off our feet. It was only her 5th voyage and almost her last. Hawk was designed to sink ships by ramming them, and when she accidentally did just that, 2 large holes were torn into Olympic's hull, one above the waterline and the other beneath. 2 of her watertight compartments were flooded. Her propeller shaft had been twisted. I'd clutched the life